What is up, everybody? Today we are on the road going to do an interview. I think it's going to be my first in-person interview since the pandemic started. And on quite a sunny day, nice and hot, how could it be any more perfect than to be going and speaking with Chris Sunshine Lencioni, who, funny enough, I think was the last person I interviewed in person before everything started. So yeah, and fantastically, my AC in my vehicle here is not great either. Figured I would document the journey a little bit since it's somewhat of a drive and talk about some things that, I don't know, are appealing to the situation. And by that I mean in regards to like interviewing fighters and whatnot. Oh, listen to this thing. Not supposed to sound like that. So in all honesty, I don't get asked too many questions about a lot of things really, but like in regards to media stuff, I mean, but if there's one thing I've noticed that's kind of been a common question, I guess at least among my friends, it'll be like, man, do you ever get nervous? Like, what's the most nervous you've ever been for one? And I'll answer both of those questions. So, yes. Every single time. I mean, I actually don't really feel that nervous now, and like as time has gone on more and more, I, feeling more and more comfortable, which is expected. That's just how things go, right? But and I also know Sunshine pretty well. I've known him for a while and interviewed him before. That always helps too. But in regards to like media days or something, when you're in person and talking to a bunch of people, big names and whatnot, every single time I'm nervous going into it until you get that first one out of the way, and then it's game on. You're like, all right, we're rolling. See how many I can knock out. And each and every time for me, I've at least upped the ante and hit each goal of at least like 2 or 4 more than the last time, which is good. And obviously started out a little bit slow because it's a little intimidating at first, of course, if you're just starting out going for the first time and maybe you don't interview that often in the first place, kind of thing. And then as for the most nervous I've ever been when it comes to an in-person interview, most nervous, maybe, I don't know, maybe Gegard Mousasi at Bellator 206. So he was technically the second in-person interview I ever did. I might actually be forgetting Ricky Simone. He might have actually been my first because that was in a podcast, so I never count it as like just a one-on-one interview because somebody else was with us. So yeah, I think it was probably Mousasi as for in-person interviews that I was most nervous about, just because he was, champion at the time and one of the most recognizable names in MMA overall. Kind of hard not to be when you're at your first event, trying to blend in. You got to get, I don't know, it's one of those things where you're like, you feel like you don't belong. At least I did the first time, my very first event that I covered. So yeah, but after that, it's smooth sailing, man. It's an addiction if you love the sport. At least that's how I feel about it. So excited to get this one in right here. I had my Pacific Northwest gym tour cut short by the pandemic, which was why I interviewed Sunshine in person the last time I talked to him at his gym. Going there again right now after a big win over AJ Agazarm. Always fun times with that guy, so yeah. Another interesting thing I did want to mention about like just interviewing and during this weird time, a very unique situation to be living in globally with the pandemic and all, but it forced a lot of people to really, adapt kind of their skill set in regards to MMA interviews. And what I mean by that is, for example, there's a lot of people, maybe not a lot of people, but some people who only do, or their specialty is like in-person interviews, right? They don't exactly grasp the online, like Skype versions as much. And, you know, to be honest, I didn't either, and still I'm working on it. I used to do a phone call only, just record the audio, which was just like the simplest way to do it, and never sounds good. One of, you know, shout out to my boy James Lynch. That's his, seems like the thing he likes the least about interview formats, and I don't blame him. He's too nice though. Canadian man wouldn't tell me to fix mine that way. Come on, man, help me out. But yeah, so I've been using Zoom since then, and it works like a charm. But yeah, so the point I was trying to make is, for like James and, you know, another great pal, Mike Heck, who just killing the game. Both of these guys didn't have to make too many adjustments, you know, because of the pandemic. Like, they were able to still do what they've always done because they were ahead of the game in that regard. So it just kind of further showed people, I think, that, oh man, maybe we should, you know, round out your skill sets. And I'm not calling out anybody specific whatsoever, but, you know, when you do what we do, you have to be able to adapt a little bit easy, because you never know when crazy shit like a worldwide pandemic is going to strike and you can't go within 6 feet of anybody. So it is good to learn technology, essentially, is what I'm getting at. But a shout out to my dudes there, because they are absolute beasts. Big inspirations to me as well. Alright, we are here, maybe. I think he said the gym has moved since last time, so waiting for a response. Otherwise, it's right here. Otherwise, that's it. Don't know yet.
What do you need specifically? What do you want?
Oh, nothing. I'm just getting it.
Like oh yeah, scan. Play slide, sit on that, whatever works. No, it was that MMA Uncensored guy.
So yeah, you can help me shake the rust off here, because
Let's do it.
I think that, oh no, I think you were the last in-person interview I did before the shit hit the fan, bro.
Practice makes perfect.
Yeah,
So that's perfect. Let's do it.
we're both getting it. So
Yeah.
all right.
I'll stare at the camera.
Yep, directly.
Yeah, body, you know. So
All right, awesome, man.
Thanks,
Thanks so much.
appreciate it. Ow! No, I'm just kidding.
no.
Oh,
I wanted to ask you last time too, like not as part of the interview, but your hand tattoos that you got rid of. Is that a touchy subject? And just wrapped with Sunshine. What a guy. What a guy. Really got that momentum going. Good to talk to him. Hands a little swollen from punching AJ as hard as he did. Not broken though, so that's a little behind the scenes scoop. I think he mentioned it in there, but good fun. Now it's time to enjoy Canby, get everything out and rolling as well. Do some editing, fun stuff. All right, just got some food here in Canby at the Wayward Sandwich Shop. I think that's what it's called, as recommended by Sunshine himself. You know, he knows everywhere here, so figured he'd know some good places. Got the Wayward Club, quite good. Would recommend. Didn't want to film myself eating this time. I think you guys got enough of that with
the Chick-fil-A video. Can't be too funny all the time, right? But yeah, very good, very good. If you're in Canby, check out the place. Represent, you know, support local business. God damn, it's fucking hot today. Why? Alright, back home now, and jeez, it's just a terrible day to not have air conditioning in your vehicle. I will say that. I blame sunshine for the sunshine. Puns, I got them. So, yeah, it was a good chat as always. Interview-wise, since that was the topic and theme of this vlog. I haven't watched it yet, about to look back on it and everything, do what I gotta do for that, but yeah, knocking the rust off. My own biggest critic, worst critic, so didn't feel like that great of one. Again, still have to watch it, but yeah, just getting back in the swing of it. You know, as your own worst critic, I think that every person in a creative field should be their own worst critic, so you know, is what it is. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy that interview, enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, all that. I'm trying to do more in general, which is why I've been doing these vlog type videos, even though they're pretty much just for fun. It's more, right? So yeah, like, subscribe, follow, all that. Follow me on Twitter at DrakeRiggs_, and on Instagram if you want, for pictures, right? That's what it's for. And yeah, stay tuned for more stuff. Got plenty cooking, you guys. Thank you for anyone who's ever supported. It means more than you know. Yeah, until next time.